Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Still playing around with doing my review of the Canon G7X Mark I. Really loved, as you know from my past video, my review of the Canon G7X Mark II. But this begs a question because of what's coming from Nikon. It's been delayed, which has been an annoyance to me. I understand why. It was a world catastrophe and the sensors are backlogged and things like that, and a lot of companies are having issues with that. But the Nikon DL series has been delayed. The 24 to 85 is the one I'm most interested in because I think it's the most direct comparison to the G7X. But there's a lot of reasons why you might want the Nikon DL 24 to 85 over the G7X or the G7X Mark II. And we should get into them. Hang on one sec. Got my list right here. I made a list, went through all the specs because this camera is of interest to me. I actually have pre-ordered the Nikon 24 DL 24 to 85. It's the only camera I've actually ever pre-ordered. I'm so excited about this camera because for all the reasons I like the G7X, on paper, I got to try it out, but on paper, the Nikon DL 24 to 85 should be better than the G7X in almost every way. It should be, everything I love about this, the DL 24 to 85 should offer and more. Let me get my pen here and let's go through. I've made a list so I don't miss any of them for you. We've got 8. Number 1 is it shoots 4K video. This is huge. Because it's one of the first small compacts besides the Sony that's shooting 4K video that also offers all of the other goodness that the G7X has, and in essence the lens and the sensor and the performance. So 4K video, that's huge. That's number 1. Number 2, on-sensor phase detect. This is huge because it should be, in theory, better focusing than the G7X or the G7X Mark II when we're using these cameras for what we like them to do. And that's vlogging, like holding the camera and looking at it like this. We flip up the screen, look at it and shoot like that. Or just shooting things and moving around and getting that constant smooth autofocus that we love so much about the 70D, the 80D, the coming 5D Mark IV, and the 1DX, the M1DX Mark II. So that should give us, hopefully, something very similar in a Nikon to Canon's dual pixel AF. At least that's my hope, and that's why I've pre-ordered this. Between the 4K and that, those are probably my 2 biggest reasons. The third reason is it has a hot shoe, and that's probably, in the ranking, that's probably number 3, but that allows that little camera, these 1-inch sensors in these small cameras, and in some of the larger cameras, are performing at about the level of an APS-C camera. I've said before and I'll say it again, but the older APS-C, some of the first APS-C cameras, these 1-inch sensors are outperforming them both in terms of resolution and performance. And that's so impressive. So now you can take a hot shoe on the 24 to 85, the DL 24 to 85. You can use that hot shoe to do all of your creative lighting, your off-camera lighting, your on-camera lighting. That hot shoe gives you so much ability to control your lighting and shape your lighting that you don't get in the G7X. And I'm just trying to remember. I just had it here, but I don't think the RX100 has a hot shoe either. But that's my number 3, the hot shoe. Number 4, longer exposures. We're looking at 1/20th versus I should have my reading glasses on. 15 seconds for longer exposures. So sorry, 120 second versus 15. Number 5, the lack of an anti-aliasing filter. So this means, similar to in a lot of the DSLR bodies, we take away the anti-aliasing filter. There's a potential for more moire, but we really haven't seen that in any of the cameras that have done that. What we have seen is a much sharper, more detailed image. So that's a huge advantage right there at number 5. Number 6, faster JPEG shooting. We're looking at 60 frames per second versus 8.1 frames per second. That's huge, especially for those of you who want to capture sports and action and wildlife. Big if frames per second is important to you. That's my number 6. Number 7, slow motion video. So the ability to shoot slow motion video, you don't have it in this camera in the G7X, but you got it in the new DL 24 to 85. The other thing, it's more minor for me, but number 8 is a faster shutter. You can shoot wide open in bright light at 1/16,000th of a second versus 1/2000th of a second on the G7X or the G7X Mark II. So, as I said, those are my 8 reasons. But out of my 8 reasons, probably number 1, number 2, number 3, and maybe number 4 are my most important reasons. So the 4K video, the on-sensor phase detect, which arguably, like I said, could be Nikon's dual pixel AF. It could be their version of that. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it performs like that. And the hot shoe. Those are my 3 biggies. And then the next in line would be the lack of the anti-aliasing filter, because as I said, that has proved to be beneficial in every camera I've seen that in, including the D810, the D800E, and any of the cameras like I believe the 7200, the 5500. I think those have removed filters as well, and they perform very well. You just get better detail. So these are all great reasons. There's 8 of them. There's 3 there that are huge for me. Those 3 with the 4K, the on-sensor phase detect, and the hot shoe. But those are my 8. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Have I missed something that looks important to you on why you might want the DL24 to 85? Leave your comments below. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about the DL24 to 85? Is it something that, like me, you're looking at it instead of, or maybe a replacement of, something like the G7X or the RX100? Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss it. I am super excited. As I said, it's the first thing I've ever pre-ordered in my life. At least camera-wise. I can't remember ever doing a pre-order before, and I have this on pre-order. Oh, and you know what? That's the 9th reason, which actually should be way up there at the top, is price. This thing's coming in at $649 MSRP. The G7X Mark II is more than that, and it doesn't have all these other features. It's $300 or so, $350 or whatever that is, cheaper than the Sony RX100 Mark IV. So price is a huge thing, value for your money. So I don't know, that's amazing. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.